All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Ooh, I forgot to do something real quick. Where is it? There we go. Man, everything is. It's like log in. No, that's what I was trying to do right now, Will. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him. Nobody had tried to do it. There we go. Sorry, everything's like wants to be like log back in again. It's kind of funny. It's like, why is it not logging in? All right. So, oh, it's like a weird bit of coffee there. All right, so let's see. Trying to see if I get the new site was working, but it is not. Anyway, so welcome to 2022. Right, been kind of crazy. We had last week off, recharge the batteries a little bit. Um, Funny part is now we have the snow. It's like it was 62 degrees yesterday, and now I got snow. I probably have, I don't know. I posted that one picture on Discord, and I probably have, hmm, I don't know, maybe about another inch after that. Um, yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's it is what it is. You know, starting off the year with a bang. Hold on one sec. I don't know why this is being weird. Uh, no, that should be fine. That should be fine. Hmm, I don't know, but new software is kind of interesting. Um, hmm. I was trying to get it set up, trying to stream over there as well today, but for some reason it is it's having some issues. Um, don't know. We'll see. Um, yeah, I don't know why it's being a little bit slow. It says your software is not able to do it. It's like I don't know what that means. It's like I don't know. Just do your thing. Um, so we do have some big movement today. We have dollar CAD down 117, quite a large amount, right? Starting off on Monday, but again, a lot of it is oil based. OPEC plus the OPEC group was meeting today. OPEC, meeting ends. The output discussion is going to take place on the fourth now, tomorrow. So not necessarily today. And again, we do have a new Secretary General for OPEC. So that's led to really kind of a not a little bit, a lot of oil destruction in the overnight, really kind of from that European reversal time frame. And obviously, it stands out across the board. U.S. trader coming online and really just been online for a little bit now. We should start seeing more movement in all the currencies, and really the trend is kind of, what you would expect. I don't know why it's not. Let's see. Let's go here. Hold on one sec, guys. Oops. Let's do this. Do this. January 3rd. Create stream. Hold on. Trying to get this to work. Let's edit the settings. Let's put the new stream key in. Let's hit save. And then let's go live and see if that works. Don't know if it is or not. It's weird. I can see it through there, but it's not doing its actual thing. So we'll find out in a second whether it works or not. Um, but obviously, dollar strength coming into the market really across the board. I would say that it is probably, it's the strongest right now. Euro and pound basically flat. There's not a whole lot of movement. Again, pound yen down 24, not really a whole lot. That's peanuts for this pair. So not really any news today. I would say that with central banks,
Probably,
it's the strongest right
oops.
now. With the bank holiday today, it's probably going to be a little bit slower. Um, but again, it should still pick up now that the U.S. trader is online. So that will definitely help. As far as going into tomorrow early morning, we do have Spanish unemployment, which is not going to be a big deal. And then again, OPEC plus, I would expect that we do have some headlines from OPEC plus tomorrow, particularly in regards to oil output. With the volatile month that we just had, I don't see them really changing path too much. I mean, they have every excuse in the world not to change it. So it's kind of like if we don't need to change it, don't. So I kind of see that being more or less what we're going to see, right? But it should be a volatile day. Should give us some movement, which will be funny because then we have oil inventory coming in right behind that, with everything else going on. And then obviously tomorrow we'll talk before then, but ISM manufacturing and Jolt. So today on the slower day, again, it's everybody kind of coming back online. Bank holidays. So again, a little bit slower. You don't have bank traders, but you do have hedge funds and large money groups out there placing trades. right? The only news really on the front was I thought this was interesting that the Kremlin is like China, Russia. Don't put the you put the person who has the most nuclear weapons at number four, right? Making it seem like this is their thing. But they all agree that there'll be no winners in nuclear war, and it should never be started. Um, I don't know. I said it with Todd's group. I said, the next step is okay. Just turn. Let's destroy all of our nuclear weapons. Nobody's destroying all of the nuclear weapons. Come on, really? That's never going to happen. But it is good that everybody agrees, and I'm glad that the Kremlin is all for world peace as they're ready to go in and stomp the Ukraine. So it's always funny. It's like, hey, we're going to invade, but don't use your deterrent because yeah. So that's kind of the only fun news of the morning. 20 years of the euro, kind of an interesting read if you guys are looking for something to read. And then again, Evergrande shares that are in trading halt after China orders demolition of newly built buildings. So we'll see. It's just kind of more Chinese drama over there. China's actually having some issues with it. So that's it. Let's dive over into the charts. We'll start off with the Aussie. So here's that dollar strength that we saw coming in. Really, the reversals from the European session. You guys can see the European session is, let's see right here. Here is your 3 o'clock window right there. You can see that the Europeans have done nothing but drive this straight back down again. Now, we'll clean up some of these drawings from last year as we don't need them anymore. That was a long that was good. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this level. All right. So as you can see right now, we have buyers coming in. The hiccup, and I would say you probably have to draw this level here, most likely with this candle across. And you can see that's kind of what we're pushing into right now. It is a tested level in the 30-minute. It's not the best of levels, but it is a level. I mean, you do have to acknowledge that it is there. Below this, I would say there's really not a whole lot until really much, much lower down. So it is kind of, it is an interesting spot. Let's see if we draw some fibs out here. Let's see. Let's draw a quick fib top to bottom and see where our big levels are going to be at. Yeah, see our 50s in no man's land. So not really concerned about the 50 in this one. 78, there's something down there, but again, if we're able to kind of start a new trend, I'm not really worried about a pullback on that one. Let's take this and draw this from the other side. And again, with it skyrocketing the way that it is, it's not, you know, really kind of your overnight push was there, 61.8 continuation. Um, yeah, 50's nowhere. We need this thing to move a bit more before we can get any type of play in it. So, yeah, I would say right now, interesting level. It is a buying level. It is a session open on this one. Again, this would be more of a dollar weakness type trade setup. And again, European session is straight down. I would expect to see some profit taking. Question is, and what makes this a little bit interesting is right below this level, if we are able to break, and again, it has technically pushed it all the way to the brink here if we use this first level. So it is not the ideal kind of setup of what we're looking for. With it punching down, it's kind of like, yeah, do we take it long here? I mean, this would make a great reversal trade. It would make sense with the start of the U.S. session right at 9:30. We're hitting a level. All those things tell us to go long. Not really the best of levels, and there's a little level right below it, right here, right? I do like this. I like how there's ascending wicks in that one, right? I do like when they're going up like this. It's a level that again could be where this actually takes off if we're able to punch through, right? And again, this would be more of a 10:30 time frame scenario. Whoops, I need that blue. Um, Again, always like I would say that this is a better zone than this one, although it is tested, so we do kind of have to respect it. But we've already hit it and started to bounce a little now. I would say if we can get down to this lower level at 71.90, this could be a nice little 10:30 scenario setup. We'll see. Just something out there. Like I said, with this, there's a whole lot of room to run to the downside on this one. A whole lot of dollar weakness coming in. Dixie is technically up right now, but it's also the Dixie is running into all these sellers up in here. So change this to black. It is in an area where I would expect the dollar index to start rolling. And again, this is all dollar strength, right? We're hitting it. It's kind of like, all right, if we hit the sellers coming in for the dollar here, that coincides with what we're seeing here, where this has been strong dollar strength down. But now, if the dollar reverses, it's hitting an area where we've had buyers come back in again. So I think it's a close setup. I think there's something coming in here rather soon. Not really a whole lot of pullbacks in this one. We don't really have it. We need some basing, so we have some setups for down the road. But right now, it's kind of the same scenario. Strong push down, and then again, we had the strong push up last week, but there was nobody in the market last week. So yeah, there's that. right? There's that. There's not much you can do with it. Going over across Aussie yen. So Aussie yen is basically doing the same thing, right? We're seeing Aussie weakness, we're seeing yen strength come in, and again, same scenario. Let's erase some of these drawings from last year. It's so funny you can say this. Um, yeah, I can get rid of the alert. Let's move this. Let's move this. Let's get some clean candles out here. All right, so let's get this top marked off because that is a 2022 level in. Downside. Let's see. Probably here is what we're looking at on that, although it has pushed it to the brink with a test. This is all low volume, low of importance at this point. I don't need this one to form a new level here. I would say target wise, I would say downside target from where we are right now. It's another 40 pips. I think this gives us a little bit of a hiccup, but none of this is really great. And literally, these are all done on the 29th at like midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning. So this entire bit of drama here is in such low volume time frame. It's not something I'd really be worried about. What I'm curious on is, let's see, if we draw this into here. Trying to see if there'd be a decent pullback, right? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I don't want to move that. I wanted to move this. Let's see how much this moves. If we bring this down, it doesn't. It's the same area. Looking at around approximately this level here, if we can get a pullback to it. And again, it doesn't matter if we go top or bottom. It's basically the 23 is right around that same level in the same proximity. Um, Looking to see if we get some type of a bounce off of this and then a continuation to the downside for the rest of the day. Because remember, the Australian market is closed. Um, if we get the pullback, probably there's this tiny level here, but I mean, this level was done at 10 o'clock at night on the 29th. So it's not really the best of levels. I don't think we have to worry about much in that one. Like I said, I think targets to the downside for any shorts that you're in are 82.62. If we can get a pullback, again, we can get a little bit of just a standard fib trade back again. There's no zone. I mean, the only zone there would be is an old level sitting right there, which also coincides with, again, a zone at noon on the 29th. Not going to be the biggest level. There are not going to be a lot of buyers and sellers in there. But if we can get a pullback to that level, there may be maybe an option to get something short there. But I think 22.62 if you're short is our target. Euro pound really just kind of bouncing back. You can see that the 84, we took a bunch of hits off of it, and then here we're on the 30th. Obviously, nothing in there. It ended up grinding its way finally through, pulled through a little Harry Potter trade. If you guys, were in the markets on the 30th, I obviously wasn't. I was off. Hit it and dropped all the way down to our profit target. So we had those targets listed last week, and those are now to fruition. So let's take those out. We'll leave this one on there up top like that. Wow, this one's pretty ugly. Look at this. Ordinary sellers, yeah, up here. But none of those are really super clean. That was a decent European Open right there. Would have been a nice little European trade setup right there off that pullback. Pretty decent runner. 30 pips off the open. Not too bad, and we're just pulling back to it. So I would say, let's see, what do we got down here? I think we originally did this on an hourly. Can't see them on an hourly. Let's go to a 4 hour. Yeah, those are the two areas we're looking for. Look at 4 hour, you can really see how clean that pullback was. Biggest problem with this one is we have absolutely no trend in this one right now. It's literally just kind of, I would say our top and bottom right now is pretty clear. It's pretty much, I mean, going back, I mean, this has been the top for a while. I'd like to see what it does. Again, we already know there's a buying level here. Is that going to be the best next opportunity hit? There's some in there, but I wouldn't say that this is going to be earth shattering. We only got 2 hours left before the market is over. Could there be a little long off of there? Maybe, maybe, but again, the risk on it is so tiny. I think looking at really, I mean, if we're going to draw, get some kind of movement out of this one, yeah, I mean, it's a 61.8 kind of touch dead on. Um, but actually, it wouldn't have been 61.8. Yeah, it would have been 61.8 on this one too. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have changed too much. Um, I think I kind of want to know when it gets down to this level. Again, I'm gonna start setting some new alerts for this year. I think this is an okay level. I mean, if you really need something right now, obviously it'd be the target to the downside. It's only 5 pips. It's very, very tiny. There's not going to be a whole lot of opportunity to take out of that one. I think the lower level down here, I'd like to figure out when price comes down. I'd like to be alerted when it touches that level to see the timing, what's going on with it. We're actually going to set um, we're going to add an alert on that one. Let's do euro pound. We're just going to do a touch. Would like to be updated when that comes in. I'd like to see what time, what's going on, what it took to drive into that level. But it's a two candle bottom. It was originally formed, at 3 o'clock in the morning on the 31st on New Year's Eve. So not the highest rated, highest volume based level, but could be something for in the future. But right now, it's literally flat, totally point zero zero. Open and close are exactly the same, so not a whole lot we can do with it. Euro yen has got a nice little pullback here going. Let's see. Pull some of these off. We got a lot of alerts over in here. These are smaller time frame. We can leave some of these on. This one I don't need. This. Let's pull these off. Don't need that one. This one is still valid, so we'll continue that across. Let's pull. We know we're in the middle area. Let's pull this guy across. These kind of chip throughs we don't need. Don't need this. That's fine. All right, let's see. This guy's done quite well for itself. Top side, it did okay with this one, but this was more of a reversal from this kind of pop. Like I said, super low volume. Yeah, we're talking about the New yeah, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon on New Year's Eve. So not probably the best of level to be drawing off of. So we're gonna leave it. I'd like to see. This is another one that we've had a couple like small hits off of right here. Right, confirmation hit, 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 hit has done well. I would say that right now for a short, if you are short the euro yen, very similar to the Aussie yen, I think these are your kind of levels for targets. I would say first one is going to be 130.13. Second profit target 129.70. Again, another 40 pips to the downside. Maybe a little hiccup in there, but I think it'll be good for these shorts as we continue to see this roll through. It looks like the yen is getting all the power today, or the yen is now picking up all the power. Yeah, I don't know if I take that long. Maybe if we get a bounce, if we can get a confirmation entry off of this 130, maybe I'll throw one there as well. I'd like to see how it hits. I want to see if it pushes in, and depending on how far deep, if it bounces out the top, see if we can take some small risk based trade out of that one. Add an alert. Let's do euro yen touch. We'll check that one out. And what I'm kind of looking for is kind of like little Harry Potter bounce out the top side of that one, because again, decent level. Right? Big push, sideways, big push, confirmation, was unable to get back to it. So we know there's buyers stepping in there, and that's sitting right around that 130.12. So if you are short, get yourself out, and if we push in, there may be a long reversal opportunity in euro yen. Euro dollar, again, no surprise, we had all that massive dollar strength coming in. It is pushing down. Kind of the same scenario. A lot of basing in here. It also has a similar level sitting right down here where we've had touches. I would say look for the same thing. It kind of goes on, it looks very, very similar to the euro yen. It's an area where it's been touched, been front run twice. Could be a nice little reversal. Um, Again, can we get down there at 10:30? Yeah, it could be a 10:30 reversal. I think keep it on your radar. Besides that, again, let's pull a lot of these off. We don't need these anymore. I don't need that confirmation. Don't need that. Again, these are the two entries. That one is still valid. 113.80 up top. That was a reversal for last night. Let's see. I'm going to remove this. It got sliced through in a news trade. Let's take some of these off just to clear the browser up. This is this basically is what that is. Obviously out. We don't need it now. Let's bring this across. Update here. I hate all these low volume stuff. These are so ugly. So much garbage. Um, let's see. It's 96. Yeah, there's going to be a setup in here somewhere. I would say that there's probably going to be something sitting in here. Probably something that's going to be sitting in there. Yeah, I would say right now, probably same setup. Look for some type of reversal. Again, it is a tested level in there. You got to look at this one and see if you get some type of reversal back again. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all right. I wouldn't say that it's anything that's earth shattering. It's the same setup. If we can get a 1030 bounce off of that, then look for maybe something for this one to pop. I don't love it. It's okay, right? Like I said, it's only 10 pips. It's a decent level. Had this been during a standard actual trading business week, I think would have been good. But right now, I mean, again, unless that level was originally formed on the 29th, 7 a.m. in the morning. So it's okay. All its confirmations came in. We will see some profit taking. But again, right now, strong momentum to the downside. But again, profit taking at 10:30. This is kind of lining up for that. Pound yen. Let's see. Let's clean pound yen up a little bit here. We know we had a level there. I don't need this. This level reverse back. We don't need it. Let's go up to a 4-hour on the pound yen. I don't need a lot of these trades. These are just clearing the browser. That's good. We don't need that anymore. This one I am going to continue across. 4-hour wise, I will continue this across. Yeah, there's the green body. All right, so we know we got a 4-hour level that's in play over here. I just deleted that target, so that was our long target. That one's officially out. Let's clean these all up. All right, that one we could probably was a good short. All right, let's go back down to a 30-minute for now. Let's pull this. Just want to let you guys know that the Pipette gang was real over here. We were looking for a long off this 50, and it made it within 3 pips. 3 pips, we missed that one by. That was on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, we missed that one. Look at that, too. Look at this. Nice rally all the way back up. And we missed it by 3 pips. We're going to continue that one across, though. We'll save that one for later. All right. So we know we got a 4-hour level off top. Actually, let's see something here. If I can let's throw this here. Let's change this black. Look at this, guys. I got some new tricks. Some new tricks. So yeah, so we know that's a 4-hour base level there. Let's throw this there, turn that red. So we got a 4-hour level sitting up top. So we know it's a bigger one. I would say, So this has some tests of minor levels as well, kind of very similar to what we saw in the other yen-based pairs. It's not as nice. I would say that the Aussie yen, Euro yen are better levels. It's okay. And even looking much lower, there's not a lot of explosions in here. Kind of waiting for this one to reverse a bit. Like I said, we know we have a decent level down here. Again, this was strong in base, strong up, and again, this was the 23rd. Again, not the ideal time, but that, again, that's December trading. Um, there's not a lot of levels in here I'd like to go long off of. I need a bottom we put in here. I would say, if you are short, I would say that short opportunities probably want to get your profit out here. Whoops. I would say get your short opportunities, get yourself out down here, right? Here would be your target to the downside. Um, Again, I really would like to see a decent bottom to really find something long on this one. I just don't have one. It's way down, much lower. But right now, there's about another 60 pips to the downside on this one that you could potentially take on it. So look for that. Pound dollar again looks just like it. This is the massive dollar strength coming in. So let's remove some of these, clean up all these old levels. Racetrack was there. That one never got an entry on it. I'm gonna take that off. That one was good twice. Let's move this. Let's move this. Let's move this. This level is fine. We can keep that. That level looks like it's an important. Not concerned about this. We got this pushed down, and that is gone. But let's mark this. It's a 23rd. Interesting base right there. All right. Kind of the same thinking. This one has a level down here as well that was kind of pushed. You can see it was pushed to the brink. So I would say, as far as targets go here, I would say that 134.17 is the target to the downside on the short. Could it be a potential reversal? Maybe. Not the cleanest level. It literally pushed it to the brink, so not really our best entry in there. We do have the level a little bit lower that only got pushed into about 20% of the way. Is it a decent launching point? It's okay, but these levels were formed in extremely low volume time with no institutions. I kind of need institutional traders to get in here and form the levels for us. We just don't really necessarily have it right now. So, I mean, if you were able to catch the short, and again, decent short, decent reversal at 5:30 this morning, that this would have been where your play was this morning. Whoops. Here was your reversal this morning. Your 5:30 window is right here on the pullback. So again, that's a level we will mark off because there was European pressure coming in there. So again, decent trade right there. We will use that one again next time price is back up at 135.19. But as far as the downside goes, again, these are low volume established levels. I don't really love a lot of them in here. If we drop it up to a 4 hour, yeah, you can see that the 134.17 is really the only level. And again, you can't even see the basing in this, but you can see the touch off it. I would say that that's probably our cleanest long level right now. And again, this is a 4 hour level, so it's something. And again, you can't see where the original one. We may actually adjust that one up into this level right here as we get a little bit closer to it. We'll see how it approaches back. Um, oh, let's see this on a 4 hour. Let's see. Yeah, we're blowing through the 23 right now. Yeah, so any of the longer term traders, probably looking at this wick over wick as a potential reversal. I wouldn't be interested in taking it because again, this wick over wick was formed on the 29th, so not as concerning. Um, yeah, I think we shoot for 34.17 if you're short, and again, potential longs coming at 133.83. But same scenario. Kind of need some new levels. I need price to kind of go up again. As I said, with all these levels being formed in extremely low volume times, they're not going to be the highest quality levels. And you can see right here, it's already starting to run into that low base. And again, we're at the 23, so we'll see. Some fib traders on the larger time frames, the swing traders are probably going to step in a bit. Again, with this long push up and an uptrend, I'll pull back on a 4 hour to 23.6. Yeah, there's probably people starting to get long this position. Okay. Um, and again, do I love the level? Not really. It's okay. It's all right. It's a two bottom base, but formed on the 30th at 4 o'clock in the morning. Not the highest quality. But again, if it was any other day, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad trade. But yeah, so keep that on the radar. Dollar CAD. So Dollar CAD driving. Again, we saw this one. I think Dollar CAD is actually giving us a setup right now. I would say that this is probably pretty decent. Taking a short position on this one. Again, we're 10 o'clock. We're close to that 10:30 reversal time frame. Session is live. Again, 109, 309. I'm sorry. 1 to 3 right there. 1 to 301. Plenty of room. I would say profit target shorts on this one. You'd be looking to get out here. right? That would be your Whoop, actually, we'll put it right there. There would be your profit taking level. So profit taking on this one, you can go to 1 to 5, but 1 to 3 is the minimum that you need is right there. And again, all this is just a reversal of the dollar. So if you guys are catching it live, I would say again, nice little confirmation. This is one you could have got in, decent level of basing. Risk level on this one is only about 11 pips, so not too bad. And again, it's been so strong, it's due for a bit of a reversal on this one. Okay. Dollar Swiss, same drive, right? Same drive. This one, unfortunately, to draw the level, I would say that the level was really there, right? It kind of got front right on it, but it looks just like the dollar CAD. Super strong dollar movement, and now it's kind of set up in reversal. Had you used kind of the more aggressive entry right below it here, you probably you would have got entered. But again, you could do this 12 times. You could say, well, why did it here? Why not here? Typically we take the farthest one, so I'm not going to cherry pick this one and be like, yep, that's it, go short. But had you been looking at this on a larger time frame, actually the hourly probably would have triggered it. Nah, the hourly wouldn't have either. You'd have needed something more, but um, not the 45-minute. Same scenario, right? Same scenario. And again, in that level, the tested level is 91.90. I actually have an alert on this one, but the alert didn't trigger. The alert's just a couple pips higher. So the Pipette gang exists with alerts as well. So, whatever. If you guys are looking for, opportunities, I would say watch that one as well. But dollar cat is the main one. Dollar yen looks very, very similar now. Dollar yen, we can delete a bunch of the stuff from last year. We really need new levels to come in. We had a level, looks like at 115. Yeah, we had the level up top we were looking for. We knew we had a larger time frame level, but we were really looking to refine it down. At 115.45 was it. There was 3 tops in that one. You can see we kind of got up before dropping, so we know that that's there. Profit target on this long. It took a while. Look at that. It took a while, guys, but the trade from last week. There you go. It wasn't the fastest send. It took a while, but it made it. I finally got it on the 27th. So that trade that we set up before Christmas, it went. So let's remove it now. We can take it off. Again, if you were trading through the Christmas holiday, you guys know that I take off, so I'm not. Time with family. Yeah, say this same problem. There's not really any great levels. I would say there's one level right here. Again, there's the confirmation candle is right there. And again, we had a touch off of it. So that's kind of the best level we have downside. And again, depending on when we hit it, I think 114.68 is a level to watch out for. Top side, again, we don't really, we're kind of at a top right now, but I don't really like that one. I'm not going to turn it red. It does coincide with the same thing we saw in dollar CAD, dollar Swiss, right? As well as a lot of the other dollar-based pairs. Strong push up. It is in that 10-10-30 reversal time frame. So now, if it's going to reverse, now is the time. I think it's cleaner in those other trades. I don't like this one as much. And again, the dollar yen is not necessarily my favorite of pairs. Again, top side, really anywhere up in this area. I mean, really from here to here, this whole area has a bunch of little kind of sell levels in there. So I'd like to see now that the new year, new year trading is in, institutions are coming back in, and again, they're not fully in today because of being a bank holiday. I'd like to have a new top established so we have areas to take short. But right now, not much we can do with this one. Doesn't provide a great trading opportunity. Look at that. You can see Bitcoin is now dropped into almost down 1%. And I think it's going to have some problems today. So let's look at the commodities. So oil, we were looking for this push. And again, we need to use new levels. This level was finally blown up. We needed it to basically drop, down to 74.70. And you can see we drove through. But after the gap happened in here, this, again, got to kind of remove it. Enough stuff has changed during that time frame that we got to take it off. So again, that was a long, that was good. Short, short, short. We can remove this now because again, once this gap happened, it's kind of like, yeah, most likely not happening. Now, did mention this one in the next presentation. Here is your European reversal time. So there was actually a trade set up right here, right? And again, this is that 5:30 European reversal. Right now, we're just kind of stabilizing, and really profit-wise, 73.61 I think is the downside where we look. Basically, the OPEC news saying that we're going to talk about cuts tomorrow, cuts or increases and everything tomorrow. That's what really kind of sent this higher, as well as the U.S. trader stepping online at 9. I still think our target today is 71.70 or 73.60. I don't really, as far as going long. Actually, I guess we should mark this off, right? Let's see. Our 3 o'clock window is right there. There's our peak. Our 8:30 window is right there. So let's try to keep up with this now. Um, again, larger European session for sure. And then currently right here, 13:30. Um, why does that one look wider? 8:30, 3. Yeah, I guess that's the same. Um, yeah. So I would say down on this one. I would say $73 we know is kind of a big area. I would say there is a level right here at that 73. I think depending on where we're at for OPEC, I think if price can drive down before the OPEC meeting tomorrow, I think that does provide a good bounce. We don't have an actual time of when OPEC is speaking, but I think that's a good opportunity for longs. So, I'll mark it off. And again, it's right down here at 73 or 72.97, but basically the 73 mark. I would say look for the opportunity. Again, it's going to be more OPEC related tomorrow. I think if they say, yeah, we're not cutting, we need to stabilize prices. We're not increasing supply at all. That gives us the pop, and that's kind of what I expect. So price being down today, not necessarily surprising. Natural gas, again, basically kind of a Sunday night gap based strategy. We typically don't, we don't do Sunday gaps on strategy. We don't do the strategy on natural gas, but just like with any chart, anytime there's a gap when it goes in the opposite direction, you're looking for that same level. So, if you do know the strategy, there you go. You're out. There's your short in the overnight. So we know that we had two levels lower. I'm actually going to remove this one, although it did act as a bottom twice on that one. We know that the lower area for natural gas is good, which should be right there. I'd say that's probably our target and our pop through. Now, we're getting a bunch of snow on the East Coast right now. Well, in Maryland, we're getting a bunch of snow. It looks pretty. It's still hanging on the trees. I can't tell right now. It looks like the last bit of the leaves are starting to get covered now. So looks like that the school system is justified in saying, yeah, we'll let the kids have off today. Looks like it was justified. So I can't complain on the school system. But again, natural gas, depending on what type of disruptions the snow causes, we probably will find an area to balance. And it most likely, I mean, it's down big today, 220 down today, like all the other commodities. So I would look for, I think right now this is our top and bottom opportunity is 375, 357, right? Gold traders, gold's taking it on the chops. We had the pullback, and again, European session, that 530 frame is right there. So again, nice pullback into that 61 off that initial push. Now, obviously, we've blown through and we're back down at 1800. We talked about this with Nadex that was going to be our main target. And again, now I think it's important to figure out where our new levels are going to be for gold. We know we got some buying coming in at 1782. I think it's down to 1782 today. That's like, I mean, that is an absolutely enormous move. We're already at 2%. We're down $28 in gold in one day. This is a big move. It probably slows at this point. Does this come down into this level sitting what at 70, 89 or 98? That's the first, again, a zone formed at 2:30 on December 30th. Not a lot of institutional traders in there, but it did give us a technical bounce off of that one, and it did give us a confirmation at 8 a.m. in the morning. So it was established with the Europeans, and then again, the US traders confirmed it. It's probably an area where we see a bounce. And again, we are approaching 10:30. It's 10:11 right now, so it does make sense. It's already starting to pull back. It's probably a potential, but I'd like to see a confirmation entry off of that one. Look for it to punch in, and then again pull back up. Doesn't need to be red. It needs to be here. Look for something along those lines, and as we shoot higher, that's where we look for a potential bounce. But we need the confirmation entry. It's got to be very specific. So this is not a set and forget long. It's something that you need to watch. You need to look for the balance, but it's coming off of 1798. All right. Silver. Look at that. Silver never made it to 100, guys. All those experts, and I kind of went on a tangent with Todd. I was like, all these people that are out there, claiming this, claiming this, claiming this. I have 1 million followers, and it's going this. All my followers follow me. I believe that they should all be held accountable for manipulating the market and making silver do what it did, even though it was not justified. And in the end, Wall Street won. Um, Obviously, this is rolling right off of this level right here. Is it a great opportunity? You can see there's buyers there. It's hit the area 3 times at this point. It's trying to go higher. It's trying to reverse. It's a confirmed level. It was a normal day. I would say, yeah, it's a decent long. Um, would I take it today? The zone was formed at 2:30 in the morning on December 30th. Probably not a lot of institutional buyers in there, and unfortunately, we need those unfilled orders. If this was formed in the middle of February, be all over this one. Be looking for this one to bounce and go long. But the danger is that we just don't have we don't have the buyers in there, and 1 to 3 is literally almost right here. So if you take nothing else from silver on this one, again, it's got room to run. Nice parabolic move down, running into a confirmed level, should reverse back up again. But unfortunately, this level was created in a time when there's not a lot of institutional money out there. So, yeah, a little bit hard of a trade to be able to just step into. So, again, just for learning, love the setup. Think it's great. It's just, time wise, it's not necessarily the best opportunity. Um, let's look. It looks like, look at this. The VIX is up 4%, and the indices are holding firm. Again, this is, come on. Come on. There we go. So, how's that for volatility? Look at that opening candle. Gotta love that. Hold on, I gotta look at this on the 5 minute. Yeah, look at this. 9:30. We pulled back, and then boom, right back down again, and then we're rallying back up. So your short is done. Yeah. So we talked about this one pulling back to a level, and again, is that 7 o'clock time frame? We got the pullback at the open, but man, look at that. We talked about psychological levels of 4750 pulling down, and again open and rallying back up again. Yeah, VIX is up, and I mean it took that initial hit, and yeah. So what I would say right now is the psychological level again, from before Christmas. Again, we talked about this going high, pushing all the way up. We blew through all these things, so we don't necessarily need all of them. I will say, let's continue this guy across. Right. We know we got a short there. All right, let's start establishing new levels for this now that we are back into play. So we know that obviously we have a confirmed level of shorts up top. Obviously, at this point, the trade is well beyond, well past. We're out our 1 to 3 there. It did make an attempt to come back. So let's see. I wish we had a better bottom here on this one. Because again, this is just a psychological. There's our long. This black line is just literally a psychological. That's it. You know what? Let's see. Is there going to be a short right now? Yeah, there's probably people shorting. Here's the big question. So we're sitting right at the 50 right now. Oh, fib traders. Oh, fib traders. Actually, it'd be there. So, yeah, let's see if these fib traders are going to. They're seeing this right now, and they're just, yeah, they are drooling. This is Pavlov's dog right now. They're seeing, man, look at this 50%. Now, again, they got to use the overnight. They got to use the overnight low, a high to low. They cannot use just the U.S. session on it. But they are salivating right now, taking this sucker short. God, how much risk is that though? It's like 5 points. Ooh, there are fib traders. I'll tell you right now, there are fib traders looking at this thing right now, saying, "Oh, it's a red candle. It's right at the 50." The 1 to 3 brings it right down here. Again, it's not even a full retracement back down again. They're looking at this trade right now and they're like, oh. So just be aware that fib traders out there, you know, it's at the 50%. The 61 gives you a little bit of room. There's no true level right now at this stage, but again, it is 10:16 in the morning. Now would be a time for us to see that reversal off the open. And again, the reversals, it's been a very volatile open, which you got to expect. But yeah, there are going to be fib traders stepping in with a short here, looking for longs or looking for shorts, coming down to that level right there. Um, yeah. So keep that on your radar. NQ. So mentioned this in the Nadex presentation, right? We pulled down, we were at a level of buyers, and there was your 930 candle. All the way up. So yeah. Survive the open, right? We based in this level. There was your long. So if you guys got that at the open for something like Nadex, you guys were good. And then again, the reversal all the way back down, and now the reversal back up again. So we're literally right now where we opened. We open right here, and we're at the same exact spot. Now it is higher than where we closed. That's why you're seeing the market high, right? But yeah, we're exactly where we opened. So it's basically flat, with a lot of volatility back and forth. And again, that's opening based trades. So let's pull fibs off. Right. Hopefully you guys got that open. I would say right now I'm going to mark this level up top. And again, psychological level is smack in the middle of it. So there's where our new levels of shorts are going to be. Let's turn this red and let's change this short. On the other side of this channel, let's see. Hmm, did it use that gap? No, it used this one. This is on Christmas Eve. So this is like a Christmas Eve base level right here. Oops. That was your Christmas Eve reversal. So I think that gives us a top and bottom. But how funny is that? There's your Christmas Eve, a little bit of a gap, confirmation, bounce. Um, hmm. I was concerned about that. Let's see. Interesting little short right here. Go put that right there. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put a. I'd like to know when it breaks through the bottom side of this. Um, thank you, Harry Potter. Curious. I'm looking for a potential short when we can break of it. Right now, again, we're smack in the middle of the range. We know we have sellers up top. We know we have buyers at the bottom. They obviously held. We talked about the long going from the open, and again, shot straight up. Ended up reversing all the way back again. Everybody that got long off the initial got kind of whipsawed, and we're literally right where we opened. There's really no change in this one. So, um, I'd say really until we choose a direction, we don't have it. It was a whip up, a whip down, and then we're basically where we open. We need to figure out a trend either direction, then we can take a potential long or short. I'd be a little bit more cautious with the downside, and that's coming in right around the 116,300. Or I'm not sorry, not 116, 16,300. Um, I do if we're able to break through the zone, I do like a short below that down to 16,200. But I want to see what happens and what time we actually hit it. But again, people will be looking at this one the same, same fib traders gonna be like, well, there's our high, there's our low. We're right at that 50%. Go short. Again, it's the same potential setup, but we don't really necessarily have a trend either way. But there are people playing with this one. Let me see what Tesla's doing. Yeah, Tesla's obviously gapping much, much higher, but it's kind of found a peak at this point. Um, Apple, then the exact opposite. Apple has gone crazy and not pulled back. So this is every reason why NQ should continue to. Is probably rallied at this point, and now profit taking is at least getting Apple, and again, Tesla's kind of the same scenario. Um, YM, look at that craziness. So talk about 36 140. There's your run through. So yeah, um, yeah, it's already over. I didn't expect it to hit off the open that quickly, but it did. It blew through it on the 15. We were sitting over here, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to chop through a couple things, and that was the only level that was tested. And yeah, it's up. Let's see where sellers are going to come in here. Unfortunately, that one happened way too fast. You can see this one; it's already busted through the 61.8. Looks like YM is trying to push back up. I would say level to watch out for in the YM is probably going to be up here. It's a 78.6. It's already tested one time and pushed lower. Um, I would say that although that the other ones are kind of set up in a potential short, I'd say that this one is probably a little bit higher. I would say up at 36 368. And again, nice little test. It was a base drop test right at 9:30 at the open, and then boom, got hammered down. Um, yeah, I would say if you're looking at short, wait for this one to come a little bit higher. I wouldn't be messing with this. And again, if you did try to play the 50% game, you got stopped out already. So yeah, like I said, they're all going to be looking. Everybody that trades fibs is going to be looking at this one, or all the indices right now. Russell did nothing but go higher. Oh, we were looking for a break of this level up. Um, yeah. Hmm. Let's hit off top. Russell, I would like to start. Like, did it fill the gap? Yeah, it did, but I wouldn't have traded that one. Would not have traded that one. But again, we know buyers stepped in and saved it. So we got a market on the 15 because it is a confirmed. And again, it's the same as natural gas. It's a gap area, right? There's your gap base, came down, touched it off the open. But talk about a volatile open on this one. So I would say for Russell right now, that's about the only thing we have is that 22.44. It's a decent level. We'll keep it marked. We do have 22.83 right where we're at right now. We were actually looking for a Harry Potter to go higher, but with the momentum that it had, I would say we're probably looking more for more of a reversal than anything else. I'd like a top to be put in. I do think the Russell comes back down again, particularly if we start hearing about things closing down. So, yeah, just be a bit cautious with the Russell. I think that's going to be the most dangerous one of all of them. Um, Got to see if we can clear. We're kind of sitting here for the dollar index. VIX is obviously coming back down again. The craziness is getting out of the market, which again should help propel these higher. Oil now is considered a little bit positive. We'll adjust this. Natural gas is trying to come back up again. Silver doing the same thing. By the way, there's your silver trade. Um, already talked about it. There you go. You're out. Um, you can see it actually hit the full completion. So, yeah, like I said, I'd like the silver setup on this one. Hopefully, this was a learning experience for people. Again, I love the space. I love how it's confirmed. I love how it launched into it. And again, great, on paper, awesome setup. Awesome setup. Perfect learning example. I'll probably screenshot this one as well. To be able to use this with people for mentoring. Great setup. Just not something that I'd be interested in taking. One in the middle of a webinar, but two, just because the levels are formed in odd times, it's a little bit riskier. But again, work textbook finish, and our 1 of 3 was just tagged on it. So we'll see where it goes. Let's look at some of the cryptos real quick. Bitcoin obviously basing, we're down 1%. We're below 47,000 right now. Again, everybody that was like, it's going to 100,000. No, it did not. It was less than half. I got tired of hearing how great of an asset all the cryptos were last year. I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, from January 1, it was great, but then it was at almost 70,000. It was up below at 68, 69, and then closed at 20,000, $20,000 less than that. Yeah, it would have been a great investment had you caught it up there. But when it's at 69 and you told everybody to buy and then it closed at 47, yeah, not the best bragging. Um, I'd say one thing to watch out for, and again, cryptos don't necessarily trade the same way. Again, it doesn't have the large market forces, but there's a level sitting right in here with us. I think watch out for it. I would say if we're able to, if we start to break below, and I would say really if we break below 47 or 46,700. Actually, we'll put this area a little bit lower. We're going to talk about a break of this level here. I think we potentially look for this to come back down and touch 46,000. Um, yeah, yeah, look for this to come back down. But I would say we're basically in a range and kind of the same thing. You know, there would have been your level. You can see a touch. I think that's an area to watch out for later on. If price gets back up into that 47, really right below 48, there's obviously some selling in there. Um, Ethereum also kind of same on a technical basis. There's a little bit of a level higher. It ended up using this little level again, low volume time. I'm not necessarily interested in it. Let's see what do we got AMC wise. Not doing much. GME is not there. TLT taking a big hit, and again, expected. You always expect this on the first trading day of the year because money is rolling into new positions in the stock market. Everybody that closed to get tax benefits at the end of the year or had to is rebuying their positions right now. It's a rollover day, so you expect to see all this coming back in. I think I don't even know how many years in a row, but typically this is what you see in on January whatever the first, January 1 trading day, whatever day that is, whether it be the second, third, or fourth, or fifth sometimes. Typically, this is always down because there's such a big demand for going into the equities for acquiring positions. And again, that's exactly why we saw, all the craziness that we saw back and forth again. Um, there you go, 50 percenters. The 50 percenters they just lost some money. Yeah, some 50 percenters lost some money on this one. And again, we don't really have a trend, so it's nice that it's bouncing back and forth. But yeah, they go. There you go, guys. Your 50 percenters just got dinged on the 61.8 hit. So yeah, we know some people that lost some money on this guy and this one too. We just hit it on all of them. So, like I said, it's pulling back. I think this is your indices trade. 36,369. All right, that's it for today. Like I said, a little bit abbreviated session. Part of the reason why it's a little bit harder today is because most of the levels that we have formed for the downside and really even the upside were formed in really low volume times. We kind of need good quality levels. Oh, by the way, Nancy's husband made bank with it closing where it did. Um, it closed above 1,000. Nancy's husband made bank. So that more or less assures that there will not be an increase in capital gains this year because Mr. Pelosi, his option positions just worked out well for him. He had all those ones for above 1,000, and it was 1,056. So Mr. Pelosi made bank. Yeah, we'll see. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and do the drawing for today. We got 6 of you in, 10 tickets. Let's see. We'll go ahead and do this real quick. Who's in? Debbie Briggs is here. Ernest will. Neuro's in. Sean's in for 1. Oh, look at this. No Marina today. She's starting off the year. Will gaining some ground today. It's the first. She probably thought it was a holiday, but I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay. I don't know. This day and age, everybody's got COVID. I know so many people. I got 3 kids. I had 5 kids on during Christmas that were on COVID lockdown. I have 3 on lockdown right now. If any of my kids yesterday, we had practice yesterday. We wanted to do. We had a white elephant. There's all kinds of drama from that one right now. One of the parents got a fake piece of plastic poop and fart spray, and again, they're 11-year-olds, so an 11-year-old probably picked it out. Well, one kid took it home, and he has 3 older brothers. He sprayed it in 3 of his brothers' rooms, and supposedly, like, the smell just doesn't come out. Like, the parent looked it up online, and like people have had to throw out furniture. So I'm like, I had nothing to do with this. She's mad, but yeah, lacrosse drama. But yeah, if any of the kids have it, I'm gonna have COVID this week. There's 25 kids, and I'm like, guys, get away, spacing, spacing, spacing. So yeah, I could be in trouble. I did so good. No New Year's Eve, nothing. I was good to go. And then yeah, practice yesterday. The kids were like, "What's up, coach?" I'm like, "Get away from me, you dirty kids." So thankfully, most of them had COVID already. So that's my only saving grace. But anyway, let's do the drawing. Winner of today's drawing is Nadex Ernest, starting off early. Look at that leaderboard. Where's he at? He's on Debbie Seals today, or this year. There we go. So he's got a little bit of room to run, but hey, starting off strong on that first day, we'll gain a little bit of ground, getting a little bit up, a little spacing here, but Neuro's on, on the heels here, and then again, Sean right behind him. So, and then look at this Eki coming through, about 1,000 down, but again, Eki, he's not a subscriber to the channel, so he gets points a little bit slower, but he's still on the run. So, anybody heard from Wealth Builder over the break? I know James and Wealth Builder talk a lot. Wonder how he's doing. And then Ernest, you talked to Q recently, I'm sure. New York is they're having a blast over there. So yeah. And isn't it funny? Ernest rigged it, so Ernest won today, and he was the one trying to get 2,022 pip chips for the first day, right? Imagine if Ernest got 2,000 pip chips. I feel like Will would have been throwing furniture, Maybe it is the year of Ernest, not the year of the tiger. It's the year of Ernest. So anyway, we'll be back on tomorrow. I'll see everybody then. Again, tomorrow should be more of a fun day when we have more. Basically everybody will be back live again. All the banks, institutions, everything will be live, and got some cool things that we'll be releasing this week. I had to mess around with logos and things like that, and get new websites live. And I'm waiting for the 24-hour windows and all this other stuff like that. But got some cool stuff. I'm happy. I'm finally releasing the Funded Trader program. Really, really looking forward to that one. Couple people tested out some new funding companies. So with some new funding company offerings, there's some cool things that we can do. I'm still getting some data from some of the other ones, but yeah. So new programs, new fun, and then KTS Wealth is finally. I shouldn't say finally because it's not like it's taken a year. But KTS Wealth is finally launching. That's actually the website that I am waiting for to open. Um, and then we'll be doing wealth stuff as well, or learning, or at least doing. There'll be a wealth side to this as well. So with that said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. You guys take care and have a good first day of the year.